amazing people. Welcome to Love Life LOL by Leah. This is Leah and I hope you're having an awesome day. If in case you're new to this channel, just a quick intro about what L3 stands for. We stand for unrevealing, unhiding, call it whatever you want. The raw, the unspoken side of life as it happens, if I may say. We stand for and we talk about the ugly, the beautiful truth of what we call as reality. But trust me, that's not it, you guys. We also talk about the fun, the quirky, the crazy stuff. And if you relate to any of these things, if you are as weird as I am, stick around and you're gonna love this journey. I know I'm back after a long time. It's been more than a month since I haven't put up any of the podcasts. In my defense, I had some issue with my vocal cords and my doctor advised me not to speak a lot, which was very difficult for me. But I've got a treat for you all. This podcast is all about something that I really wanted to discuss, because when we talk about being progressive, when we talk about equality, when we talk about equity between genders, we kind of miss that thing out. And what we're gonna talk about today is men and makeup. When we think about makeup, we think about women wearing makeup. We never think about men wearing makeup, when makeup is gender neutral, and why can't men wear it? And to discuss this, of course, there's someone with me today on the podcast whose perspective really matters here. Their name is Aryan Mahajan, and without any further delay, let me welcome you, Aryan, to Love Life LOL by Leah. And to start with, a bit of introduction about yourself. And how has this quote-unquote pandemic life been treating you?
Hi everyone, I am Aryan Mahajan. My pronouns are he, they. I am from Chandigarh. I am studying in St. Xavier's College, Mumbai, and I'm planning on pursuing psychology. I love doing makeup. I am super into drag. Besides that, I love dancing and cycling. COVID has impacted me in a lot of ways, negatively as well as positively. Positively because I found my passion for makeup during the COVID pandemic. Negatively, it has adversely impacted my motivation to work as well.
There are both positive and negative sides of living in this pandemic life. Negative, of course, our mental health has been affected, and the positive sides of this are people have been discovering a lot about themselves, to be honest. Like before, we never got time to explore our talents, the potential that we have, because we were all so busy working, living the so-called fast life that we had. But when everything came to a halt, people started looking into themselves and realized they had a lot more to give to the society. One of the first questions that I wanted to ask you was, when did you realize that you were into makeup? Do you remember when you started liking it and when you started thinking that you should try it on, do it for fun and put it on Instagram for people to see?
So my journey with makeup has been actually quite long. Ever since I was a young kid, I grew up around female influence. I have two elder sisters and I was raised in a household with them and my mother, and my dad was transferred outside. So they all influenced me a lot, and I used to see them as well as a lot of other women in media, in pop culture, wearing a lot of makeup, and that always fascinated me. And I used to always try on something or something else. I used to make sure that my mom and my sister weren't looking when I used to try that. I used to love the feeling, but at the same time, it was the age where I was figuring out things this thing is for men, this thing is for women, and it was clear that makeup was not for men and was meant only for women. So based on how initially people used to react when I used to do something like that, I stopped it. And I just put in my head that it's not for me, and I never tried it for a good 7 to 10 years, I guess. It was finally during this pandemic, I sneaked in my mom's nail paint and I tried it on. I loved it. So I used to sneak in different nail colors of hers. She barely applies them now, so she never noticed. And I used to paint them for an hour or so, 2 o'clock at night. And by 3, I used to remove it. And I used to buy nail paint removers and all. I never bought nail paints, but removers were easy. So I used to do that. Slowly and steadily, I sneaked in her eyeliner. And well, when I was able to get the perfect wing liner, I was like, okay, this is something I need to try more often. This is something I'm good at. Luckily, I am surrounded by friends that when I tried the liner on, I video called a lot of my friends to show them that, I tried this. And they were so happy for me. They were so excited that I, tried something like this out. And it became a thing. Every night in the middle of the pandemic, I used to sneak in makeup, like, either lipstick or something that I knew that my mom doesn't use regularly. I used to keep it back the other day. I used to make sure that it didn't come under her notice that, I'm doing something like that. TikTok had just started. I used to make some TikToks. Sadly, it's banned now here.
Yeah, I know.
So
that's really the saddest part. And
yeah.
Aryan, why I asked you how pandemic affected you, because I think you mentioned in one of the rooms on Clubhouse. So guys, yeah, we met on Clubhouse. It has been amazing since then. We have hosted a couple of rooms on Clubhouse and they pretty much were a big success. And yes, I think you mentioned it somewhere that you started experimenting with it again during COVID. And that's why I asked you, how has COVID treated you? So it has been a blessing in disguise for Aryan.
Yeah, for some part, definitely. Like, I still feel if it wasn't for COVID, I would have gone to my college in Bombay and, never experimented, maybe experimented at a later age. And right now, my entire family knows about it because I'm doing it at home and I'm around my parents. I've opened up to them about this. Maybe if the pandemic hadn't happened, I would have done it there in Bombay and wouldn't have revealed this side of myself to my parents this early. It was COVID. My sisters were back home. They supported me through it all. They helped me purchase my first makeup, whatever all I wanted to order. They helped me open up to my parents and different family members. And then finally, I knew I had to take the step and upload my first reel on Instagram on my main account. That's how I told people that, yeah, I'm into makeup.
Yeah. So listening to your story, it feels like you are self-taught. Like nobody mentored you, nobody taught you. It's just you and YouTube.
For the most part, yes. But my sister's close friend, she's a makeup artist. I did used to, ping her up or text her and ask her for details of, what sort of product should I begin with. And I did attend one of her workshops that helped me out with the basics, but after that it has all been me, YouTube, Instagram reels and whatever hacks I could find online.
Aryan, you said that if COVID wouldn't have happened, you would have moved to Mumbai and then you would not have revealed it to your parents that you're into makeup. Why do you think it's so difficult for men to use makeup? I mean, we as women, like I myself, had no issues using makeup. Growing up, throughout my teenage, I wanted to put on kajal, I wanted to put on eyeliner. Like that's where almost everyone starts, the eyeliner, the nail paints and all. We don't have to ask for permission and we don't have to think about what society would think if we would put on our makeup and stuff. But why do you think guys have to think about a lot of things when it comes to makeup? Because our society, it treats makeup as something specifically made for women.
True. I completely agree with that. Fun fact is, like, makeup was actually made for men, back in, I don't know, some century where it was actually a status symbol, putting on some rouge, some liner or whatever was used. It was used as status symbol, especially by like Egyptian kings and rulers.
True.
And all that.
I would want to mention here that in many civilizations, be it Egyptian civilization, the Roman civilization, pick any of the civilizations around the world, men used to wear makeup as much as women used to put it on. Be it just a slight cold, they used to tint their lips and cheeks. But today, it has become so hard for us to normalize it for men to wear makeup.
True. It was, I guess, around the 18th century that, after colonization and everything, makeup became something specific for women, something that would be used by women. Honestly, it goes back to patriarchy. The roots are patriarchal.
True.
Honestly, because since it's associated with women, if a man tries it, the man would be considered as weak. Because in the society, women are considered weaker. It's the messed up thought process that women are weaker. So whatever is associated with it, if men try that, they are weaker. And that's one fear why men do not want to try on makeup.
Because they
I mean,
feel that
they honestly
they will
feel
lose their masculinity. Yeah.
exactly. I mean, it's such a stupid thing. Like, you put on some foundation or concealer, how would that affect your strength? This is how I see makeup. I see it basic paint for your face. I mean, you're putting on paint on your face, that's all.
True.
You know?
You can express so much with makeup, things that you can't express with
Exactly.
words. Well, apart from that, Aryan, tell me, have you faced any issues with society when you started putting on makeup? I remember you said that you used to put on makeup at night, but the moment you started coming out in front of the society with nail paint on, with let's say your eyeliner on, how did the society react to that?
So, yeah, as I said initially, I used to do makeup behind closed doors. I still do that. I don't feel extremely comfortable doing extremely extravagant looks in front of other people. So I prefer putting on makeup still at night. But now I've reached that comfort level where I can put on liners and lipsticks and go out, like go for food, for shopping, or whatever I want. So initially it was a bit difficult within my family as well. My parents did take their good time to accept that. One reason I do this is to normalize it, is to make it easier for that other young kid who's there who thinks he's not supposed to do makeup but he
Of
really
course.
wants to.
Yeah.
It's all for that one person. Even if it impacts that one person, my job is done, honestly. So my parents, they took their good time, and my mom was very critical of these things, and she didn't really stop me. She used to make certain sly comments from time to time, you know, and I could see that. And she used to say that, you know, it's something I would have told your sisters also with respect to nail paints. And I used to be like, you don't really call my sisters out on it.
Yeah.
And my sisters helped me out a lot. They explained a lot of things to her. And now we're at a stage where I do most of her makeup.
That's really
And,
sweet. That's really sweet.
Yeah, I mean, we are cool if I have makeup on and we go out for family dinners and everything. Besides that, in public spaces, when I have makeup on, best part is when you go to a restaurant or someplace and the servers, they get confused whether to refer to me as sir or ma'am.
Oh.
And I'm like, asked. That is the reason why pronouns are there.
True.
And like, especially if you go to a good restaurant, you know. And like, this thing my mom noticed, and she pointed out how once the server really fumbled between sir, ma'am. And she began laughing all this time. And I was like, yes, mother, that is my life. And I actually, sometimes it does impact me also, that why can't you get things straight? Like, men can also wear makeup. Like, I don't want to be referred to as ma'am.
Of course.
The most comfort level I have with being referred to is sir, which again, I have kind of stopped associating with, but that's still, I'm comfortable with that term.
Mm-hmm. You shared when people would start fumbling and they don't know how to refer to you. I mean, this is the idea that they connect with makeup. If there is makeup on, you need to call someone as ma'am when it's not the reality. Just because you think that it is designed for women and that nobody else can use it, when the reality is that makeup is for all genders. It's irrespective of, you don't need to be of a specific gender to use makeup. You can play with it, you can express yourself with makeup, and you can beautify yourself, enhance your features. I mean, why not? Give it a try. I would definitely love to date a guy who would wear makeup, to be honest. It's such a big thing for me. Like, men who are confident wearing makeup, it is the strength that I look for in a man, that you need to be confident being yourself, and that is something that I would give everything for. But yeah, it's not about me right now. So what?
Honestly, like, the guys who are comfortable with makeup are more comfortable with their masculinity, as compared to guys who will bash this guy.
Exactly, because that's the healthy masculinity, you see. It's not the toxic one where you need to show that you need to amaze everybody with your strength, and your masculinity lies in your ego and all, and if it gets hurt because it's so fragile. I mean, I don't need that in my life. I need a guy who is very open to things. But enough of me again. Same. We need such people in our lives. So yeah, Aryan, now coming to the last question, and one of the most important ones, because you have been experimenting with makeup and you have become very confident with what you put on and the way you express yourself. So to the guys out there or the young boys out there who want to experiment with makeup, what message would you give them?
One thing I tell them is don't be scared. Okay? I just want them to know that putting on makeup would not affect their masculinity, would not change who they are. It'll definitely enhance who they are. They'll find out a side of themselves that they never knew was there. Right? Makeup has that power. And besides that, I'd also like to say that just be mindful of the situation or the environment you're in. If it's an extremely toxic environment, take your time. And if you know that, it's not a space where you can fight, it's okay. If you know that you want to, but you're unable to, it's okay. You're brave enough. You don't have to show that. Besides that, for all the other people who do not want to do makeup, I want to say, shut up. Honestly, like, if someone else is doing makeup, keep your mouth shut. It's okay. It's their lives. Why is it impacting you that some other person is doing makeup? Mind your own business. What's on the other person's face is not going to affect in any way.
True. I mean, if you don't like makeup, you don't like makeup. Nobody's forcing you to put makeup on. But if somebody else likes makeup and it makes them happy, what's your problem?
Exactly. It's not your duty to police that person and, ask them to fit into the stereotypical labels and everything.
True.
It's people like them who are the problem. The people who police other people based on the clothing and the makeup that the other person is wearing.
So Aryan, that was the last question on my list for you. But it was really nice talking to you. It was wonderful to have a podcast together. Many more to come. I have a long list of topics that we can discuss. I'm gonna share it with you, and we're gonna have a fun time.
I mean, I can't wait. It's always so much fun talking to you.
Thanks a lot, Aryan. Thank you. And again, thanks a lot for coming over, making time for me and this podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Before I leave, guys, I would request you to follow Aryan's Instagram page. Their username is Aryan Mahajan 11, AryanMahajan 11. Please do follow their page. It's got some amazing content in there and you guys gonna love it. That's all for today, guys. If you liked this episode, please drop in a like and share with your friends. If you're new to my channel, please do subscribe to Love Life LOL by Leah and be a part of our amazing L3 community. You can find us on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and the list goes on and on and on. If you got something you want me to talk about or you want to be a part of the show, you can drop me a message on Instagram. My Instagram handle is given in the description, so yeah, do check it out. And thank you for listening in. I'll see you next week, same day, same time. Till then, this is Leah signing off.